Hey y'all, thanks for tuning into the Nintendo Drive. If you're hanging out with us on YouTube, be sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell icon so you never miss an episode. Or, if you're getting cozy and listening to us on your podcast feed, make sure you're following and leaving us nice reviews. You can also support the show on Patreon and pick up some awesome merch. Links to those and more are in the description, but let's get the show started.
Hello, Amanda. Hi.
Hello. Hi.
Hello. We're here. I'm taking the show back, man. We're here. We're doing it. I'm back. You couldn't keep me out for long. All right? Couldn't keep me out for too long.
We'll see. Might get you fired up. You may choose to leave, and then it is just I. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, there was there was a moment last week when you and Lockleith were lighting me ablaze, where I was like, you know what, y'all can have it. But I've had a change of heart, Amanda. I had to step back in, reclaim my rightful place here on the Nintendo Drive. No Sean and Lockleith today, but you know what, that's okay. Justice will be served. Justice will be served to Lockleith. That's okay. I don't forget these things. Okay. Yeah. So it's the Seth and Amanda show tonight. How are you doing? How are you feeling? I'm excited. I'm excited to do this thing.
I'm good. I'm also very excited. I've been having such a weird, funky day, so I'm ready for this to have a good chat about the GameCube, which is the best.
Let's
the GameCube. But yeah, I'm feeling much better than I was feeling earlier today.
Good.
And you can see I had a bucket of ice on my foot. I don't know how you sent your foot problem to me, but you did. So it's fine.
Sean. Yeah, Sean sending that foot. Yeah, over the internet. Yeah. The chat's ready for some GameCube love as well. We're gonna pin it, of course, Amanda, because we have a ton of housekeeping. A lot of housekeeping to get to tonight. First and foremost, I want to send we have had, Amanda, an incredible push on Patreon this week. It has been, it's really been humbling and just like, crazy to see. We've got Cwagmire, first of all, came into the ultimate producer tier, which is huge. Like, ultimate producer is as high as it goes. That's insane. Thank you so much to Cwagmire for doing that. And thank you to Brian Eck and Brian Reese, who both upgraded to the gold member tier, the only Austin Powers themed tier on the Patreon at patreon.com/Carpool Gaming. That all happened this week, and it's just like, it's been awesome. So just a huge thanks to y'all for doing that and for coming into the fold. There's of course all kinds of exclusive content, and anybody who like listens to the show and y'all hear us harp on Patreon and the stuff that we do, you can try it out for free for 7 days, and see what all the fuss is about.
That.
But yeah,
I did it. It was worth it.
That's right.
And I just kind of went all in. Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, how about you make some of it, Amanda? How about that? That's the secret hidden tier to the Patreon. Now we get you to make it. Oh my goodness. And speaking of that, actually, Amanda, you're going to be one of our Patreon exclusive shows is the Pants Patreon Podcast for Patrons podcast, which is like a kind of AMA show where every week it rotates out a new Carpool host. And Amanda's sitting in the host seat this week for her debut on the Pants podcast, and I know a lot of people are excited for that. You've already had a lot of questions come in, so if you want to hear more Amanda, Patreon's the place to be this week for sure. So
I'm excited. I've been inspired by everybody else, so we'll see what I can come up with.
Yes,
I'm excited.
Yes, I'm excited too. In addition to that, maybe this is actually just a little bit serendipitous that we're, sort of properly. Amanda, you're officially part of the Carpool Gaming team. You're here on the website, carpoolgaming.com. Who's that girl right there? That's Amanda.
Never seen
right
in my life.
Yeah. Yep. Sean, Lockleth, and I, and we actually have the Meet the Team page here that's got all of us. And if you scroll down here, you'll see Amanda popping up in here. Look at that, man. So cool. I love that. Carpoolgaming.com. Amanda's officially part of the fold. Another thing, though, that you'll find on carpoolgaming.com, Amanda. Yeah, Ryan Turford in the chat, the Nintendo Drive staff is half the page. These are just facts. Okay. Lachlan's got to update her picture though. But so if you look here, Amanda, another really cool thing that we sort of announced this week is a giveaway that includes as part of it this amazing merch, this Spider Wonder merch. That is now live on carpoolgaming.com. And the way, this kind of came about because we were thinking about October 20th, this magical, crazy day that is like, this is when Spider-Man 2 is coming out, this is when Mario Wonder is coming out, and these games are so opposite. And it actually is, hang on, just a moment. Just a moment. We got a special guest coming in here. Who's that? Who is this guy?
Oh?
Hi, guys.
Coming in here at the last minute?
Is it okay?
It's
is
totally
it
okay.
Is that all right?
No,
It's okay. I'm sitting here talking about
No,
Spider
I'm not
Wonder,
allowed back.
So
remember now.
Well, that didn't take long, I guess. Dang.
Well,
I'm sitting here. I wrapped up I think I'm done my Forza review. So I'm like, you know what? These guys we're talking about just an absolute banner week here at Carpool Gaming. The Patreon is going like crazy. We got Spider Wonder up here. We got a new Patreon show, this is our biggest month ever. And I'm like, I can't miss out on this. And I haven't seen you guys on the show last week. So it's been a while. So I'm sorry, I'm interrupting a little bit. I was very tempted to just crash the party with Trombone Champ, like locked and loaded, ready to go. Maybe we just make this show unbearable for Lockleth to listen. Maybe that's what we do. How about that? Anytime you're not on the show, you're on attack. You're on blast, Lockleth. I heard what you said about Seth. That's my friend.
Thanks, Sean. Yeah.
I'm still on your side. Don't worry. You still got me. I'm here for you.
How about those pancakes, Amanda?
Don't even.
Don't forget what side she's on, Lockleth.
That's what we've moved past that. We're on a whole different level now.
Some intimidating energy. Some intimidating
I don't mean I'm just excited. I had to finish my homework. I finished my chores.
Yeah, now you get to play.
I get to play. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's good. It's good to see you, Sean. Well, let me tell the folks about Spider Wonder. So, October 20th, magical day. We were thinking about it like almost like Barbenheimer. Like, it's funny how these two things are sort of diametrically opposed, but like coming out at the same day. And we thought, like, how do we celebrate that, accentuate that? Created this image of Elephant Mario dressed up like Spider-Man and slapped it on a t-shirt, man. And there it is. It's pretty perfect. I'm pretty happy with it. He's saving Bobby there. Bobby's just like, hi to the people below. And I made, so we commissioned an artist to do the Elephant Mario, but I made that Spider Wonder logo. And you know what? It was hard. That was really hard. And it gave me some appreciation for the people who do that professionally.
Like logos?
Yeah, it's hard, dude.
Should we tell the people how long we deliberated on hyphen or no hyphen?
Oh yeah. Do you go hyphen? Do you go no hyphen? What do you do here?
We opted for no hyphen. But that'll create a new division in the listeners. Are you team hyphen? Did you want a hyphen? Because we chose against it.
Yeah.
We're aware that Spider-Man has a hyphen, has a dash. We opted out. But you know what? It came together really well, and I'm really happy the way it turned out. This, of course, is not it, though. It's not just a cool piece of merch that is available through the end of the month as a limited edition. Of course, we've got the tee. We also have the holographic sticker, which you can get in a variety of sizes, Sean. You can get a big old chunky one, too. And this cool holographic sticker. This is all part and parcel with a giveaway that we're doing. If you want a free copy of Mario Wonder or Spider-Man 2, we're giving away one of each. And what you do, you can enter entirely for free. All you got to do is rate the podcast, either or both,
give us that 5-star rating, screenshot it, show it to us, and you'll be entered in for a giveaway. But if you get a piece of the merch, you can get extra drawings. So you can get an extra drawing for the sticker and 3 extra drawings for the tee. So up to 5 entries, if you pick up some sweet merch. So yeah, pretty cool. Happy about it.
Look at little Bobby.
The Bobby needs to be called out because the drawing is so excellent. You need to notice the little sun guy, the little cute little blob, whatever that is.
The Bobby's cute.
The Bobby.
Bobby's very
cute. I love it. Very cool.
I'm excited.
Babar feet, of course. This is maybe our official Babar shirt.
As close as we'll get to an official Babar shirt.
I'm getting that
certainly.
sticker, man. I'm getting that shirt. Holy cow. So good.
I can't wait. Yeah, I'm excited. It's a great way to celebrate it and stuff.
I can't wait to win the giveaway.
Yeah, Sean's going to win the giveaway. Sean's going to run the winner. Yeah. So, yeah, Yon32 in the chat says, I gave the drives a 5-star review on Spotify, and Spotify don't make it easy. You gotta go through like 10 minutes or something to do it on Spotify. But
gotta listen for real.
Appreciate it. Yeah, you gotta listen for real. That's right. Pick up a shirt and celebrate Spider Wonder with us. And yeah, just so many things going on, man. People coming into the Patreon. Sean, you launched a brand new show on Patreon.
Yeah.
This week. It could be anything. Which is crazy. There's full sentence. There's just so much going on, man. So much happening. So.
I'm excited. We got Forza stuff. We could have put a Forza car in there as well, but it's not the same day, man. It's like Spider Wonder, but like all 3, Xbox, Nintendo, and PlayStation, all hitting in October. It's pretty exciting. All hitting.
They're all hitting.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing but the hits.
All right, that's it for me. I'll see you guys later. I'm just kidding. Right. I'll stick around.
Well, very good of you.
I actually don't know if I have anything to add for the GameCube stuff, so we'll see.
That's okay.
Oh, we're going to challenge you with the GameCube. You're good.
I'm just going to sit here the whole time and go like, that controller is trash, and I don't know what you guys are all on about.
Sean.
One of those. One of those. Look, you can't just have like a full... You can leave.
You can leave.
But I made this show.
This is my show.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. All good.
Yeah, they took it from us last week, Sean. Okay, well, let's talk about some video games, though. What's everybody been playing? Locklith in the chat. You have the power to get him, Seth. No, I'm on his side tonight, Locklith. Be glad you're not here. We've been throwing hands tonight, Locklith. You know what I'm saying? It would have been... Locklith was reveling in my demise last week, and I'm not going to forget it. I'm not going to forget it. And Amanda, you're not off the hook either. You know?
Oh, snap.
But that's okay.
We'll see.
You in trouble? Ooh.
What's everybody been playing, my friends? Amanda, what have you been playing?
I started Octopath Traveler 2.
Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Mm-hmm. I chose Ochette as my first character.
Yeah.
And I chose the owl. Owl's name was
Blathers.
I can't.
It's like
close.
Machina or something.
Yeah, Mahina.
Mahina. That's it.
I think I always get it confused with the character from Chainsaw Man, but that's another story for another time. And I'm liking it so far. I love like the art style, and especially when you get to have your character run towards you. For some reason, I just think that is. My brain just like explodes. So I've really been enjoying that so far. We've only played it once, but then we're still doing Sea of Stars, which I thought I was getting closer to the end, and we're not. And then we're kind of towards the end of Zelda. So we're just kind of in the mix. But
yes.
This makes me so happy to see. Like, this is what I do. Yeah, I'll start up like 3 200-hour games all at the same time. Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
It's fine.
I'm glad it's not just me.
No, you're not alone. The backlog is adding up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw you post in. It was either on Twitter or Discord. You were like, "Hey, I'm trying to choose between Mario Wonder and Mario RPG," and I'm like, "Amanda, what are you talking about? I love you, buddy, but what are you talking about? Between Mario Wonder and Mario RPG, there's no contest.
No contest. RPG, right, Seth?
Sean.
That's what you mean?
No,
I just kidding.
Come now, Sean.
I was gonna say, which one is it? Because I don't know if the one I've got in my mind is the right answer. But I'm leaning towards Wonder. But I'm like, okay, let's beat something, and then I've got a few. I've got like what? Few weeks.
At
Kinda
this
2
point,
weeks-ish.
like 2 weeks. That's
2 weeks.
crazy.
That's crazy.
I know.
I just had to confront that
You're
for the
telling
first
me.
time. Oh,
You're
no.
telling me because it's also
I'm in
same
danger.
timing. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I am in danger, you guys. Question from Brian Eck. I think Amanda has played more RPGs in 2023 than
I
Sean.
see you, Brian Eck, getting a little comfy over there in the chat. You know, I got to consult my list here. In January, I played Nobody Saves the World. Does that count as an RPG?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Also
Maybe.
played Trombone Champ in January on Steam. So I've been playing this game.
You guys, Trombone Champ's an RPG.
It resonates. In February, for real, Fire Emblem Three Houses. So
Yeah.
that's pretty decent.
Why did you say for real? In February, for real, were the others live?
Well,
No,
'cause,
like, there's no
Trombone
question.
Champ,
There's
Trombone
okay,
Champ is
okay,
not
okay.
really for real. March, I played Alien Isolation, I guess. Not an RPG.
No.
In April, played Diablo 2. Played
RPG.
Super Mario All Stars. Nope, that's not it. Super Mario Superstars. Shovel Knight. Nope. But I think I've done okay in RPGs. Is basically what I'm
The
trying to say.
Last Story.
Oh, of course. The Last Story. I've
clearly.
been going on and on about the Last Story, like RPG of the generation. What are we even saying over here?
Yeah.
I played a day of Tears of the Kingdom, if that counts.
I mean, you played it. I mean, but you know what? In that day, there was 12 hours of Tears of the Kingdoming.
Played a lot of Diablo 4 this year.
Diablo.
I've been doing okay.
Yeah,
I've been doing okay.
Pretty
So
good.
what you're
Yeah.
telling me is I need to step my game up. Clearly,
Look,
I'm the
I'm
one
not
that's
saying
falling
nothing.
behind.
No, this is this is what Brian Eck wants. I got no beef with you. I'm just trying to answer Brian's question here.
This is going to be the most Baldur's Gate character. You did do that as well.
I did 4 hours of creating a Baldur's Gate character, and then I have jumped off that game altogether.
This will be,
Yeah,
I
who could
think,
forget?
the most aggro episode of the Nintendo Drive maybe of all time.
We're all just a little defensive. We got
just
busted
combative
foot energy. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're two of the three people tonight are playing hurt.
A couple runners just like sitting.
Yeah. And I'm just pissed off.
I'm just grumpy. As I said to Seth earlier today, I'm just grumpy. My foot hurts.
It happens. Okay. Well, I'm excited. You'll get, you know what though, Amanda, because I know where you're at in Tears of the Kingdom. You are pretty close to finishing Tears of the Kingdom. And speaking of that, another thing that I forgot to mention, and I'm glad that we brought up Tears of the Kingdom for this moment, because I am excited to announce that finally, people have been waiting for me to do this. Finally, the spoiler cast, the community meetup spoiler cast is happening for Tears of the Kingdom on October 12th, next Thursday, if you like, at 8 p.m. Eastern. In the Discord, we will be having a community spoiler cast. We'll be hanging out, talking Tears of the Kingdom. No child locks, man. We're talking about the story, everything under the sun. I'm planning. I don't know how many people are going to show up. I'm going to be there. You'll be there? You're going to show up?
Yeah,
sure.
Totally.
Well,
I have so much to add.
Hey, everybody's welcome. But just know that things will be spoiled. We're going to talk about it all. And we're going to be hanging out. We're going to be just kind of marinating on the whole thing. I'm planning for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. We'll see how long we go. It will be recorded, so be aware of that. I'm going to record it so that people who are not able to attend can still listen. That'll be available on the Patreon feed. So, yeah, I'm really excited to do that because like it's easy to lose sight of the fact that like a Zelda game came out this year. You know, and a lot of us, like, I'm happy that you're still playing it, Amanda, because a lot of people I feel like sort of blasted through it and moved on to the next thing. And
Never.
You know,
sorry.
Don't move on. Just take your time and keep playing it until 2026. Just keep playing it.
Yeah,
just keep going.
You know, I've got a lot of like thoughts and emotions about it that I'm just excited to talk with our community about. And yeah, Ryan Turford says a Zelda game came out this year. It did, Ryan Turford. It was a pretty big deal. So looking forward to it. October 12th, 8 p.m. Eastern in the Carpool Gaming Discord. If you're watching us on YouTube and you want to get involved with that, there are always links to the Discord in the video and episode description as well. So join. It's free and very welcoming and kind. So love to see everybody there. Okay. Sean, Have you been playing anything other than Forza? Probably not.
Played some Dodgeball Academia.
Oh,
a little bit. Like that. I'm trying. I feel like I should be able to dodge every ball. Like there's nothing really that intense about it, but like sometimes I kind of get walloped, in this game. Yeah. I have compared it, not on a podcast, I don't think. Maybe I was talking to Donnie on Sweet Hangs about this. Kind of like a golf story. Find yourself in like this campus. You're doing like kind of side quests. Every once in a while, you get like the main activity, which is dodgeball. And I kind of like it, I think. I just don't know if it's like the right time. I feel like I'm forcing it. And I do appreciate the art style. I appreciate the writing is very whimsical and wacky and kind of irreverent. But I just don't know if it's the right time because I hear all these games that Amanda's like, I really feel you, Amanda, right now. Like all these games you're talking about, I'm like, I want to play those. That's what I want.
They're going to get worse.
But recently, I know, trust me, that's like me every day of life. Like, it's only going to get worse. This is the best day of your life. Tomorrow's going to be
downhill from here.
I'm just kidding. That's not how I live. But it was on the Battle Royale that we did on the post show a number of weeks ago. Right. And we picked the last. No, wait. What did we pick? What ended up winning that time? Bowser's Fury, of course. And I wrapped up. I finished that, so that was cool. Went on to what I kind of wanted to win that time, and so that's Dodgeball Academia. Playing that a little bit, but like you guys talk about Tears of the Kingdom, I'm this close to firing up Xenoblade, but we're 2 weeks away from Mario, so I'm just like I'm in limbo right now. I think I probably should just finish Dodgeball Academia so I could say I finished a dang game. And then then there's another RPG that I finished this year, Brian Eck.
Stared dead into the shotgun of the camera.
That's my Lockless moment for the week.
Yeah. Lockless always doing that. Amanda, I think you would actually like Dodgeball Academia because that game is very anime. Like it's so anime. Oh. It is like is the total like shonen anime power of friendship. Like it's that, right?
Love that.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, it's all about that.
Reminds me of a lot of anime that I've seen.
Oh.
Yeah.
Would you like to discuss?
Like, Dragon
She's
Ball.
Like
all of this anime you've seen.
That part
She's
of Dragon
a
Ball.
shark chumming the water for blood right now. She's like, sniffing it out. She's like, oh, let's discuss. What is it?
Cowboy Bebop.
Bebop.
The Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop and Rocksteady.
Hell yeah.
Well, just to update everybody, in case you didn't see it on my channel, I did play the KFC, the anime KFC dating sim that Lockless mentioned last stream.
Oh my God, yes, I saw.
It was so much longer than I thought it was going to be. It was wild. It took all these turns, and I have all these thoughts now about Colonel Sanders, and now I'm seeing him everywhere. Like I walked out the door, and somebody must have gotten KFC, and there was a bag with his face on it, and I like jumped, and now I'm like, I don't
it's like
view
you
him
ran into
the
an
same
ex.
way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
An ex
that got hot.
Possibly harmed people. I don't know. There was like talks of murder in there. I don't know. If you haven't played it, play it just for the experience. But
it is an experience. I enjoyed watching you play that.
I loved it. It was like a weird for me, like hearing you guys talk about it and then seeing it show up on stream. I'm like, what is happening? This like a thing I didn't know existed got mentioned. Now it's on stream. Like this is all full circle. I enjoyed it very much. I'm glad you played it. Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you played it too. Well, I'll quickly mention a couple of things that I've been playing. Paleo Pines, been playing that.
On that TI-83 calculator of yours.
I was just going to say, I've been playing that on my TI-83 on my Palm Pilot.
It barely runs on Switch. It runs. It looks awful. Like it's still very cute and very charming. I don't mean to take away from your time on this, but I was harassing Seth on his stream. I was just like, I can't believe you're streaming from a Palm Pilot right now. This is amazing. How'd you get that to work?
It's trying its best, man. They're like they did what they could. Like I understand, like luckily the game is cute and like it makes up for it with like the charm and personality. And it actually gets like the deeper in you get, like no, Brian Eck, it is not worse than MK1, not even close. MK1 is like one of the all-time terrible Switch ports. But like it, like frame rate is there at least, but like it does look bad. Like the textures are bad. There's pop in. The frame rate is fine. It does have frame rate, but like I'll say though, like it all functions. Like at least it's there. The experience is there. It is not like a busted, buggy, port or something. They got it to work. They just had to like the graphics slider. They just had to ratchet it down. That's what they had to do. So, but it's very cute.
It looks very cute. Like all jokes aside, I love dinosaurs. Did you find a Stegosaurus? Because that's my favorite dinosaur. Oh, that's all I want.
It's Stegosaurus adjacent.
Oh no,
the thing. It's funny because I don't know. Like, I'm so removed from like I was a huge into dinosaurs when I was a kid, Sean.
You know how many new dinosaurs there are? That's crazy to me.
That's what I'm saying.
Because they stopped making them a long time ago.
I thought they stopped making those things.
They keep showing up these new ones.
What?
Where are you finding these? And
Locklith, are you still out there? Where are you? Come back, please. I need help.
I'm like, am I just stupid, or do I just not know any of these dinosaurs anymore, dude? Because I can't pronounce half of the dinosaur names I'm seeing in there.
Man.
Looks dead. Like a Stegosaurus to me. Looks Triceratops-ish to me.
It's not.
But it's not.
You have any long necks are out there? The Brachiosaurus, Brontosaurus, all these. I don't know. That's all I know. There's other ones.
So, anyways, it's cute. It's a very cute little farming sim thing, and I need to get
this game.
Yeah, you should.
I like dinosaurs also.
I don't know if I'm sold or confused. Y'all told me to purchase the game and I didn't. And now, because I was waiting, and now I'm very much so like, is it good? You're saying a lot of weird things. You're like, but it's cute. A lot of like performance, but it's cute. So
I think you would like it. Well, here's what I'll say. If maybe, I did stream it, maybe look at some footage for like the Switch version of the game and decide if you think that would be prohibitive to you or not. For me, it's not so bad that it's like unplayable or whatever. Hang on a second. Pump the brakes.
Yeah,
Jarden here in the chat. I'll never forgive scientists for saying the Brontosaurus isn't a real dinosaur. Explain. What are you talking about?
More.
What?
Please. What is... Amanda's like, can we talk about GameCube now, please?
We're gaslighting. Scientists are gaslighting dinosaurs. What is happening? Okay. Anyways,
just says Google it. Drops a hot take and then says Google it.
Google it. I'm doing a podcast, Jarden. I can't do it.
I'm Googling.
Okay. All right. Well, let me know.
Hang on. NPR.org. Forget extinct. The Brontosaurus never even existed. What a headline.
What?
We might have to save this for the post show.
Okay. Pin it.
Good idea.
Okay, it says it may have something to do with all those Brontosaurus burgers everyone's favorite modern Stone Age family ate, but when you think of a giant dinosaur with a tiny head and long swooping tail, the Brontosaurus is probably what you're seeing in your mind. That's the longest intro I've ever heard. I'm out of breath.
You ran out of breath.
That was one sentence.
I'm with Yon32. My night is ruined. Okay.
Yeah, not okay, Yarden.
Hashtag dinosaur gate. Oh my goodness. Okay. We'll pin that. Maybe we'll talk about some dinosaurs in the post show if Amanda's still here by then. I'll quickly also mention Cocoon. Cocoon is really cool. Got that on Switch. It runs actually great on Switch. It's a really cool sort of like puzzle game in this strange like alien. It's like worlds within worlds. Like you're like this weird like dung beetle guy, and you like carry these worlds in these little glass orbs, and you're diving. You're doing like worldception. You're going into another smaller world while holding the original world and solving all these puzzles and it's crazy. It's like mind melding and it's a very unique, weird game. It's made by the creative director is like he was the lead designer on Limbo and Inside, and it has those vibes, those sort of like grim kind of vibes, those kind of like quiet undertones. It was good. I like it.
I enjoyed watching you play it.
Yeah.
Looks nice.
Yeah.
Looks nice.
Yeah. It's neat. I will say, I don't think it's like, I saw people throwing around some superlatives like this is game of the year. I don't know about all that. Y'all are like throwing that around willy nilly.
It's no Paleo Pines.
It's no Paleo Pines, That's what I'm trying to say. People are just throwing that game of the year term around loosely. Party animals? Like, what are you talking about?
Good call. That was a thing. That's right. That was the thing for a minute.
What are you talking? I just don't understand. You know.
What are you talking about?
Anyways, goodness gracious. But Cocoon is really cool. Like, I do really like it. But game of the year? Like,
did you finish it? Did you say you finished? Because it was only a few hours. Yeah.
It's like it took me like less than 4 hours to finish it. It's quick.
Take me at least 8.
It's on Game Pass also. So if you have an Xbox and you have Game Pass, you can play it for free. And I'm sure it runs totally fine on Switch, but I'm sure it sings on Xbox.
Amanda, you think I'm joking about it taking me 8 hours, but you have to remember when Seth and I played Tears of the Kingdom side by side, I was already in a shrine, and Seth happened to find the same shrine in his game and motored through it. And I was still stuck. Like, I think that might have been the last time I picked that game up. I'm like, I'm out. Like, Seth just like figured that out. I'm like, this got 3D shapes in here, and I gotta like put the thing through the hole, and nope, couldn't figure it out.
Just watch me play and you'll feel so much better about it.
I doubt it.
Trying to assemble things, I'm like, why? Brain? No.
Oh, man, I'm so dumb.
Star Athena asks, have any of you picked up Minicos Night Market? I have not yet. I do want to play it. Unfortunately, the game got some pretty lukewarm reviews, but that's also coming to Game Pass later this month, and I think that's what I'm going to do. Rather than buying it like on Switch, I think I'll just play it on Game Pass and see for myself. So, okay, cool. Well, where do y'all want to go? Do y'all want to hit some of these like non-GameCube questions quickly before we talk about some GameCube? We got actually a pretty good amount of questions.
We got a great group of people listening to this show, by the way.
We do.
Like people who are like, if you're listening right now, you're included. Great people. Absolutely amazing. Just wanted to say that.
Yeah, we're very lucky. I think that all the time, like so lucky to get to do this show and like to not only to do it with y'all, of course, but like the people that listen are just awesome, man. So kudos to you guys. Okay, well let's hit some of these questions here because one of these is sort of in reference to last week. This question from Rybo, hashtag change the passwords, hashtag Penelope 2024.
Penelope.
Penelope 2024. Seriously though, if Zelda were a movie, which it probably will be, would you rather Link go through a Breath of the Wild / Tears of the Kingdom style quest or more traditional series of dungeons? That Zelda movie. You want to see it like a Tears of the Kingdom thing, or do you want to see him going through some dungeons?
Just 3.5 hours is stuck in a stupid shrine? That sounds awesome.
Water temple for like 3 hours.
Yeah, sign me up.
Oh my god. Honestly, they could just take all the cutscenes, mash them together, and I would go watch it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like so close.
That's true. My dream Zelda project, I think I've said this on this show before, MoSpankins, that I show up just in time to hear about how great the GameCube is. Not even close.
Not yet.
It's pinned.
No. I'm dying to talk about it, MoSpankins.
We'll get there.
Me jumping into the show pushed the topic back at least 30 minutes.
Yeah, you could see the way the cook, like when you adjust a recipe on a website and the cook time changes and the ingredients change. That's
salty.
No, just like we've doubled the recipe. That's all. It's okay. We'll get there. Don't you worry, MoSpankins.
Don't worry about it.
But I maybe I've said this on the show. I would love if they did like Zelda as like kind of like what they're doing with the Castlevania anime, where like they'll have like a few like kind of short seasons that cover like this game or that game. I would love it if it's like, here's the Ocarina of Time season, here's the Majora's Mask season, here's the Wind Waker season, each with like different art styles, and you can just kind of tell that story. And like in anime, I feel like it's a lot easier to have a silent protagonist also, because you have all these other characters that can kind of fill in the blanks. And oh man,
right,
that
Sean?
would be my dream.
Totally.
I agree with you, Seth.
Sean knows. That would make me really happy.
I think that was a great description. The anime way is always the right way.
Sean agrees.
Totally.
All right. Well, the next question comes to us from Fulia, who says, "Hey team, just checking in to see if you're all doing well. Are y'all doing well? How are y'all doing?"
Busted.
Busted.
Yeah. Well, I'm doing okay, Fulia. Thanks for asking. And I also have a question. Who is your favorite Nintendo enemy? And I'm talking about Bowser's minions or similar, i.e. Shy Guy, Koopa Troopa, etc. I'm a fan of the Goombas just because they're easy to squish.
Yeah.
So
I'm thinking Goombas as well. I might have to come up with a different one, but like Goomba, shout out to the Goomba, like the OG.
Yep.
The original Goomba. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, OG original Goomba. Yep.
Very squishy.
Vaguely racist. Little racist.
Like you're a Goomba? Yeah, like Italian kind of.
Yeah.
I get you.
A little bit of an Italian.
Little bit.
Little racist.
Look at us.
That's true. This is the Italian cast right now. That's true. Who's your favorite
we just
Mario
come with
enemy?
a bowl of pasta.
Yeah, we're all just
eating. Or like feeding other people. My job.
Oh God.
Just bread. If I had like just endless breadsticks like brought to me throughout the whole
wheelbarrowed in. Yeah.
Recording live in the basement of an Olive Garden.
No.
Oh goodness.
No,
next
not
time.
Olive
I
Garden.
like. You know what, you guys? I like Olive Garden.
Shout out to Olive Garden. Yep.
I like it. Sorry, Amanda.
Just facepalm. She's like, get me out of here.
I like it.
No.
Is it
It's not real Italian food.
Of
Get out
course
of
it's
there.
not. Of course
Get
it's
out of
not.
there.
But I'm not going to it for real Italian food, Amanda. I know what real Italian food tastes like. Olive Garden is like the Taco Bell of Italian food. There's a place for it. You know what I mean?
Better than that. Come on.
I don't think it
That's
is.
quite the comparison you have. I've been once, and that was it. Got food poisoning, and I'll never go back.
That's fair.
Oh well, that'll do it.
Yeah, that's fair.
But that's not Olive Garden. The branches. That's not Olive Garden. The sort of like branch at large. The company at large. That's not their fault. That's the location, right? What's your cat doing, Sean?
Just showing his butt to the camera. That's what he's doing. Get out of here, Max.
Yeah. Well,
playing with.
I like Olive Garden. Anyways, Amanda, what's your favorite
Mario enemies? I don't know if this counts, but Mr. Sun, the sun.
That is a great answer.
That's how I felt today. Sun. It's how I feel all during the summer. Yeah, the angry sun is just. I'm done. I hate the sun.
Chasing you.
Yep.
Yep.
And I was reading up about it, how it was in the show and how it was blinding Mario and Luigi, all this stuff. So I learned a lot about the sun today.
Yeah, the counterpart to I don't know if Philia knew this when asking this question, but I am very passionate about Mario enemies. And the sun has sort of a counterpart that operates really similarly. This enemy known as the Phanto, who I have a soft spot for, who's this sort of like floating mask that like follows you around, debuted in Mario 2. And whenever you like pick up a key, the Phanto like will just chase you. Do. Yeah, it's like really creepy. Unkillable also with the sun
Immortal.
and the Phanto. Yeah. So very cool, very scary. I've always really liked the Rex from Super Mario World. The dinosaur, like the purple blue dinosaurs that you see at the very beginnings. It's dinosaur land, and you have to stomp them twice to take them out. They kind of like constrict down, you know what I'm talking about from Mario World?
Nope.
The Rex.
Mario World.
Rex.
Oh yeah. You squish them. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you squish them. You have to hit them twice. It's a great, because like that's kind of that game's Goomba. They have like the little, I think they're
round
called
things.
Something. There's something different. They're called like Goombaloons or something like that. Goombaloons, I think. But the Rex though, like you see it immediately. You immediately like your instinct is, oh, I just stomp on this like I do a Goomba. But that's not it. You can't take them out that way. They squish down. They start moving faster. So I've always had a soft spot for the Rex. I like the Rex a lot. So, yeah. Also, bloopers. I like bloopers a lot. So.
Bloopers really good. My mind was blown in Mario World. Speaking of which, when a Koopa Troopa is out of their shell, just flying around, just kind of naked.
Yeah.
You get some of them wear a cape. You're like, what is that? Oh my gosh, is that how that works? That was the turtle.
Hang on.
Like what? Oh no.
Yeah.
Put on a towel or something. Holy cow!
They're almost wearing like they're wearing a wife beater or something.
Oh my god!
like you're walking in on them, and they're kind of like they're wearing like
mustard
weird,
stains going and everything.
Yeah, yeah, totally. Yeah. Anyways, thanks for that question.
Good question. Yeah.
I'm glad you're here for this one. Good question. Good answer.
Good question. Good answers.
I'm glad you're here, Sean, because Cwagmire asks, FZero 99, a great experience on NSO or the greatest experience on NSO?
The reason to have it. Yeah,
it's good.
It's so good. I love this. I think I said this maybe last time I was on the show. Like, everybody's moved on from battle royales, but Nintendo hasn't. Like, they're releasing them like they're the brand new idea. Like, they're the latest thing. I love me some FZero 99. So good.
Yeah, really good. Have you played it, Amanda? Are you FZero?
No,
99?
but I've watched Sean stream it a bunch of times now. But everybody in the Discord is really good. They're all ranking up really high.
I know.
What you're doing.
Yeah.
Sean, what are you doing? Come on.
I told you I'm not good at games, you guys.
Come on.
I'm just having fun. Yep, I'm just having a good time.
It's more so anxiety inducing when Sean's in there and there's just cars everywhere. I'm like, I can't even focus. I don't even know where Sean's car is because there's people going all over the place. I'm like, forget it.
Yeah. It's a lot. I really like it too. I haven't put like too much time in. I don't think as much time as Sean or Ryan, but I like it a lot. It works great.
Well, I got my Xenoblade Tetris 99 thing too, by the way. Played a little Maximus Cup on Friday. Got the thing. Yep. So just a quick update there. Yep.
Yeah. Love to hear that. I love that. Okay.
Me too.
Well, yeah, FZero 99 Cwagmire, really good. Next question comes just from Antics, who says, "Hey all, with Switch evidently being supported through 2025 now," that was the thing that came out, I think, earlier today. Nintendo President Shintaro Furukawa said that like they were planning to continue supporting Switch through 2025. So presumably, if there is a Switch 2 coming out next year, it probably is backwards compatible since they're going to keep supporting it. Do you think Nintendo might embrace the cross-gen philosophy with all first-party games, or will they simply make a few games available on both systems, such as Prime 4, like they've done with Zelda in the past? While 130 to 140 million systems is a lot to just cut off completely, I'd rather them not take 2 to 3 years to slowly move on like PS5 and Xbox have. It's a good point.
Why not?
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
I'm of two minds on it because on one hand, like, there's a part of me that I look at some of the PS5 and Xbox stuff and we're only just now starting to see them leave the last generation behind, you know, and it's hard not to feel like, as cool as something like God of War Ragnarok is, that's a PS4 game that was made for PS5 also, right? And it's like, how much bigger and better could it have been if it was only made on PS5? We're starting to see stuff like Spider-Man 2. Like, I want these experiences that could only exist on the same thing, but at the same time, to Antix's point, you don't want to alienate that audience, you know? You do want people to still be able, but I think what you do is like you operate the sort of like Series X scheme, where like it's clearly better on another thing, and like if you want the better experience, somebody who cares to pony up the money, then like you can get the better experience on the more powerful system. I like that model personally, so. I don't know.
So you believe in generations, is what you're saying?
Yes, I believe in generations overall. But I think if you must do it, then I think Xbox has found a pretty good balance as far as you can, right? So, yeah, I don't know. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. Because I think that it is tough. I mean, especially the people who bought multiple systems for some games. I mean, a lot of those people were new to Nintendo, new to the Switch. And it's kind of like, do you lose a chunk of those people by not offering that? So I've been hearing a lot of things, whether the new system will be backwards compatible and all that kind of jazz. So, I mean, I'm kind of right with you, Seth. I totally agree.
Where you at with it, Sean? What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is, man. Like,
there's no right answer, right?
I don't know. Like I feel like things are progressing in a way where you don't need to have the generational leap. Like, I think there's a bunch of stuff that kind of gets there's a lot of risk to it.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of like why the Wii U has come to mind, but like it's actually a very poor example at all because the Wii games worked with the Wii U. But I guess what the question is, if you have games that are only available on the new system, that is actually what happened with the Wii U. It's not like they once it was out, like they stopped making Wii games. As far as I can recall, it's like a decade ago, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
So there's a risk. There's a risk there. It's not a given that everything's going to work out. So, like, if your new system doesn't really work out and you've stopped making games for the old system, then like that's kind of it. That's a pretty good way to kill things off. And you have to also think. I think back to when the Wii U when the Switch came out, they were still making 3DS games because it wasn't a guarantee that the Switch was going to work out,
right?
Because the Wii U hadn't. So
Easy
I feel like there is a time period that like maybe it's not right away, like, but Nintendo did pull the plug pretty quickly once Switch. It was obvious almost from the start. Switch was going to be good. Then they're like, ooh, yeah, okay, buy 3DS. I think that accelerated closing out the 3DS, but it wasn't immediate. Not exactly like apples to apples, because I know handheld to a hybrid console, but I feel like that might be the closest that we have.
Yeah,
for a totally made up answer off the top of my head.
No, I think you're probably right there. And I think another thing that I have sort of I guess reckoned with in my own head is that Nintendo's a very different company now. You know, like a very different company. Totally, they used to make cards and toys and whatnot. But I mean, they even in the Switch era, they've evolved a lot. You know, era. They've evolved a lot. And like I think are going to see the reason I think everybody sort of expects this new thing to just be Switch 2, Switch Pro, whatever, like basically an evolution of what we already have versus an entirely new thing, is because it works. And like, there's not really, I don't think there's anybody that's kind of tapping their watch saying like, okay, I want something different. Like everybody's kind of like, just give me a more powerful Switch and I'll be happy. You know, I think everybody's kind of in that boat. So to that end, like the only thing that is really hampered by that is development. I don't know how much of it's hard for me to speak about this intelligently without knowing how much of a leap it's going to be. If it is just going to be like the Switch is Series S and the new thing is Series X, if it's just going to be like that, then you can kind of strike a balance. But if it is going to be a generational leap, then like that's going to be a different discussion entirely. Brian X says Metroid Prime 4 has to be cross-gen.
Agreed.
Probably right.
Yep.
You know? So, but then you're gonna have that question in the back of your head, like, what could Metroid Prime 4 have been if it was only for Switch 2 or whatever? But, you know, impossible to know, impossible to say. So, okay, well, I appreciate that discussion, y'all. We got a question from Shy Guy. Thank you, Shy Guy. Who says, when is the best time for a Guitar Hero and DDR renaissance, and why is it 2024?
It's yesterday.
I miss it. I do miss it.
I legit played Rock Band 2 with my kids on the weekend. It's awesome. Nice. Every once in a while, they're like, we want to play. They have played little Blink 182. Dude, speaking of the 20th, we're just celebrating Spider Wonder. Oh my goodness gracious. Blink 182 album coming this month. 2 weeks away.
I'm not ready.
Oh,
I'm not emotionally ready for that. Yeah.
I'm never emotionally ready, by the way, to play Rock Band with my kids. I just want to sit there and weep as they try to kind of like sing along to like Paramore and Blink 182 and stuff like that. It's the greatest. It's absolutely the greatest. But I'm not filming it for the internet. That's for me.
Yeah. Save that for you, Sean.
That's for me.
And if you do film it, just keep it to yourself, you know, just to have and to hold.
It was one of those things like because we're playing along and I'm like, I want to just grab my phone and record this. I'm like, brain, remember this, like core memory. Like for me, I don't know if it is for them, like who knows, but it's just like, this is the best, man. And Lincoln is singing along and Ellie's smashing on like Ellie is like Animal, like from the Muppets.
Oh my God.
It's basically what's happening. It's the best. Man. So yeah, as soon as possible, please, God. Yes.
I do miss it. I think they realized quickly it went the way of the Skylander, Sean, as you know well. I think it went the way of I just saw Sean's heart break.
They're right there, the Skylanders.
Live on camera. Yeah. Where they, you know, like they realized, I think that there was a a tale to that, but I do miss it. Every now and then I still, I got that DJ Hero up in the closet, Sean. I'll bring that thing. DJ Hero 2, I think, is still one of the great rhythm games of all time. I'll stand by that.
Better than Trombone Champ?
It's up there. I don't know if it's better than Trombone Champ, but it is up there. So
okay,
Trombone
wait
Champ's
though.
in the
Guitar
conversation.
Hero, Trombone Champ.
It's close.
It's
What
close.
if Trombone
gotta
Champ
pick.
had the instrument? Like Guitar Hero had the plastic
please,
guitar. Like,
no.
difference?
No.
You had a trombone.
No.
Physical trombone.
That would be. Why haven't we thought of this before?
Please, yes.
Marching band. Like that's the next one. Instead of rock band, you have marching band.
Yeah, or Major Minor's Majestic March for the Nintendo Wii. Classic Wii game
my
that
God.
everybody knows.
Oh man. Yes, please.
So, yeah. Okay.
I don't know. The chat says otherwise. The chat is very Guitar Hero heavy.
Yeah, we got a couple. Slow
Band
down,
Hero,
Amanda.
yeah.
We got Trombone
I don't-
Hero.
Trombone
We got-
Hero.
We got Trombone Champ Peripheral. There's some trombone, support in the chat as well. So, we got a little support. We got a few people in our corner. Okay, well, let's hit Shy Guy's other question. I'm glad Sean's here for this too, because this is a very Sean question. Do you ever nerd out about the fact video games exist? When I think about how CPUs, GPUs, TVs, and controllers work at a fundamental level, I have a what are colors moment. Consoles are basically made of stuff found in dirt, and they make electrons dance so that we can play games and form communities around them, and it makes my brain spin to think about it. Yes! It's amazing.
It's like
that
the miracle of
exists.
life, man.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, and I don't know if kids have this sort of like realization now. I feel like they're born with an iPad in their hands, but like when I was a young man, when I was a kid, there was a TV, and you just watched what was on TV, and then somebody connected an NES to that thing, and you could move the thing that was on TV, and that was mind blowing. Like, what do you mean? I can move? Like, you just sat there and watched it. You went from passive to be totally engaged. I don't have the words to describe the journey that your mind as a young kid goes through when you're just like, that's not possible. How, like, what is this magic silver box? So yes, I think about that kind of stuff all the time. I wish that upon anybody to have that moment of like, there was before video games and then after video games. That, I don't know, maybe it's because the TV was so huge too, an immovable object that you can now interact with. It's so good.
That's true.
Yeah.
Huge and heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yes, absolutely, Shy Guy.
We're all just going to spiral thinking about the magic of video games.
I saw a short that was like, here's the limited amount of reality that you can perceive. Here's all like the hertz of sound that you can't hear. Like these animals can hear it, and these animals can hear it. And you can just hear this little bit. And then here's the visible light that you can see. And these are gamma rays and X-rays, which they shot up my foot to see if it's broken. And God knows what's wrong with it. But I couldn't see those X-rays. But the X-ray could. That picture thing showed up. What are colors, you guys?
My cat wouldn't call himself that.
This is my life. This is why I can't figure anything out. This is why I get lost in Tears of the Kingdom.
It's, it calls to mind one of my favorite songs of all time is the Airplane Under the Sea, or Over the Sea rather, by Neutral Milk Hotel. And the last line of it talks about how beautiful and strange it is to be anything at all. That's totally what it is. So, okay. We're almost there, Amanda. I promise. We're close.
I might peace out for the GameCube part, just so
that's okay.
Amanda can have a tolerable time on the show tonight.
Awesome Dave says, as someone that is going to be confined to their bed for about 3 days this upcoming Friday, what Switch exclusive RPG should I play? So
Triangle Strategy. Yes.
Okay.
That's my answer. Hell yeah.
I go Xenoblade, personally, but
I knew you were going to say that, so I figured I was covered.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't have an answer. None of mine are exclusives.
Oh, that's true.
So it doesn't need to be an exclusive because you can play Octopath Traveler 2
Oh, snap.
on your Switch and on all other things. So
yeah,
there you go.
Amanda's busting out the physical early.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Yon32 says 3 houses. 3 houses is good if you can read it in handheld mode.
Play Fire Emblem Engage, and I will live vicariously through you. That's on my list. And maybe when I return for a full show, we'll decide what I want to do with my vouchers. You guys, got those vouchers. That's still a thing.
I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. Well, yeah, definitely. Lockleth says 3 houses not for those older eyes. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, awesome, Dave. Yeah, there's a bunch of great, RPGs to choose from. I hope you land on something, my friend. Just don't make it Final Fantasy VIII. We can all agree on that. We can agree on no
I like Final Fantasy VIII. I think that intro is great.
I like it too, but come on.
It's real good.
Xenoblade's better. Can we agree on that at least? We can agree on that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right?
Maybe.
Okay.
Final Fantasy is good.
It's good.
I don't get the hate.
I don't hate it. In fact, I don't hate many things. In fact,
sounds like you despise it.
Sean, this actually brings up a good point here. Awesome Dave's in the chat. Final Fantasy VIII is life. So there you go.
We knew that.
This brings up something from Naga Chaka. Naga Chaka has a bit of a grievance with me, Sean, that he wants to air. He says, while I disagree with Seth's hot takes on Super Mario RPG, Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, Paper Mario the Origami King, and he says, seriously, and Bug Fables, I would still like for Seth to further explain his hot takes and what does it feel like knowing that he's hurt the feelings of fans of basically all the different Mario RPG games with these hot takes. These hot takes, by the way, Sean and Amanda, if y'all weren't aware, is that I said that Super Mario RPG and Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door were overrated. I said that I love them both, but they're overrated. And I said that Paper Mario: The Origami King is very underrated. And I said that Bug Fables is better than all of them. So
that last one's pretty rough, especially.
Have you played it?
I think Origami King could be argued to be underrated. I think I could pronounce. No, we're definitely
okay.
I'm way heavy rain.
Yeah. Okay.
Now I can't say it right. It's like Tears of the Kingdom. It's details.
Bug Fables looks so cute, though. Sorry, I've never seen this game, so I had to look it up.
Bug Fables is incredible. And here's okay, let me defend myself a little bit here. Because I do feel like a lot of people are telling me that I'm crazy for Bug Fables and then they haven't played it. Like Naga Chaka is like, I've never played Bug Fables, but still,
it's wrong.
Not as good as Paper Mario. Yeah, exactly. Bug Fables is better than Paper Mario. The battle system is better, more engaging, has a lot more customization. You can actually make like builds. Like your characters can actually like feel unique and have like actual, like you can kind of build like tanks and, glass cannons and stuff like this. It also has this incredible sense of like scale to the world. Like it does something with the concept of like being like a bug. Like you're in this big world. You're like in somebody's like garden, and navigating through it all. And it's really great. It has that same great paper art style, but it also has something to say. Like it's got like a real story. It's got emotional moments. The characters are great. That game is incredible. And if you are a Paper Mario fan, you owe it to yourself to play Bug Fables. And the game goes on sale for like $7 all the time. It took me like 60 hours to 100% it. It's like a full RPG. And it is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Meanwhile, Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door and Super Mario RPG are lauded as these like incredible, like people are talking about Mario RPG like it deserves to be in the conversation with like Chrono Trigger. And I'm like, y'all are crazy. Like, it's good. Don't get me wrong. It's really good. But it is like baby's first RPG. Like, it's very simple. It is very straightforward. There's not a whole lot going on there with like the story. The music's incredible. But it is like it's the stepping stone. Like, it's the thing that like gets you to where that's how you get to Paper Mario. You don't get these games without Mario RPG first. And so I appreciate it from that perspective. But it is not Final Fantasy VI. It is not, Chrono Trigger. It just ain't, y'all. Sorry. Thousand Year Door, people forget how much backtracking is in Thousand Year Door. And I replayed that game a couple years ago, and I was like, yo, this is way worse than I remember it being. It's got great story moments and great characters, and great music too. Like, I do like that game, but like, you have to backtrack. Like, every chapter of that game, you're having to backtrack through previous chapters. It's crazy. It's a lot. And all of the characters, if you sit and list through all of the party members you get, are identical to the party members in the first one. Like, they all do the same thing as the party members in the first one. There's no gameplay variety in the overworld exploration. And also, furthermore, who thought it was a good idea to have stage hazards in the combat? That's a terrible idea. I'm sorry, that's a terrible idea. It's a good game, but it's got bad ideas, and I think people are going to be surprised when they go back to some of these games and realize that they're not maybe as good as you thought. So, anyways.
Is there anything else?
So basically, you answered my tweet from earlier. Don't get Mario RPG, get Mario Wonder. That's what I got out of that whole thing.
It's just
you should say simple... that. Yes, well, Mario Wonder. Yes,
Mario Wonder.
Wait a second. Let's be clear. Yes. Yeah, Mario Wonder is the game.
Yes, Mario Wonder is the game there. But I will say that like Super Mario RPG is a great, like breezy. You're talking 20, 25 hours. It's a light snack of an RPG. There's nothing wrong with that. It's great. I'm looking forward to playing it. But like, it's not this, change your life, end all be all sort of game. So I just think people get a little crazy about Mario RPG.
I think you should spend 4 more minutes bashing the game that everybody loves.
I'm sorry. I just, that's, and you know what though? I think I'll also say this because I think it is entirely valid to say that like, hey, my nostalgia for this game is the reason I love it. Totally valid. Like, that's completely valid. And I also think that, like, it's okay to go back and reevaluate art. Like, I've had experiences. I played, I recently went back to Fallout New Vegas.
Nice.
After watching you play Starfield, actually, Sean. I was like, I want to kind of play a Bethesda game. And, like, I got into it, and I was like, this is cool, but I think maybe I've grown out of Bethesda games, and so, like, maybe I don't really like these anymore.
Maybe I'll go back to Paleopines instead.
Maybe I'll go play Paleo Pines instead. So I bounced out and I was like, I'll just let this live in my memory. I'll let this not,
That's fair. Yeah.
This will be my big fish,
fair.
Sort of thing, right? Like this, I'll let the fish stay as big as I always thought it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's okay too. And a lot of these games, like I loved them when I first played them, but like upon replay, I'm like, I don't like, and like you change as a person. So like your viewpoint of art is going to change too with you, so I don't know. That's just the way I feel about it. People are going to disagree.
You grow, okay. Years go by and suddenly the Brontosaurus isn't a dinosaur anymore. So like things change.
Yeah.
If you take away anything from this episode, that's it.
Can I just say too, though, like totally unrelated, nobody brought this up at all, but this is where my mind goes thinking about Super Mario RPG is I would buy at a high price anytime Nintendo has any sort of reference to an old game, sell me a Super Nintendo cartridge that doesn't even do anything, just like a shelf item. Like I would kind of like the next set of Amiibo should just be cartridges that I can have that little like protective cover on the bottom or whatever, or even like NES cartridges. Like I would like that very much, even if they didn't do anything. I think the artwork on them is great. There's something amazing just like to hold them, the plastic on them. I don't know. There's something. Maybe it's just for old people. Maybe it's just me.
They did that with that Fire Emblem, like 35th anniversary or whatever it was. That if you bought that big collector's edition, it came with a fake, like clear, like display cartridge.
That sounds awesome. That sounds great. I feel like there's Christmas ornaments, like for your tree that you can get. Like that's kind of neat. Yeah, I would buy it at a high price, please.
Yeah,
it's like a steelbook that doesn't have a disc inside anymore. Like a steel case.
McBeal says I would waste money on that.
Definitely.
Definitely. Yeah. So I just, but I'll say to y'all that like, I'm also with Mario RPG and Thousand Year Door, I'm glad that people are having the chance to play these. Like, I'm glad that people are actually, having the ability to go back to these things and play them because they're both prohibitively expensive as well. And then Origami King people get so hung up. People get so hung up on the battle system of Origami King, they blind themselves to the fact that everything else about that game is incredible. It's got a buck wild, one of the best soundtracks on the Nintendo Switch, cover to cover. It's incredible. It's got a heartfelt story, has something to say about your place in, like, it actually, if you like Mario enemies, it comments on, like, what it's like to be a minion of Bowser, what it's like to be in Bowser's army. It kind of sucks. You know, you're like another cog in the wheel sort of thing.
Just following orders.
Yeah, just following orders. And, you know, like there's a Bob-omb in there that'll make you cry. The party members do things, you know, and it's got a weird battle system, but I'm glad they tried something different at least. You know what I mean? So.
And Origami Peach.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Origami Peach is so cute.
It's very good. I love that
Sorry,
game.
I don't mean to have an additional opinion here. I don't want to get involved, but Origami Peach.
Did you play Origami King?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, my brother did, and I kind of played for a little bit, but then I kind of stuck to just watching him play. So he played all of them. It's pretty good. I don't have the same hot takes, but it's pretty good. But to your point about like bringing back things like RPG, like someone like me who never played it,
right?
It's nice. Do I always think it's worth the price tag they put on it?
Right.
Probably not. But yeah, to that point, like it's nice to be able to go back to it. But also to your point about some remake games, like I've played remakes. I'm like, wow, the nostalgia, it just isn't there anymore. I thought it was there for like 10 seconds and no, it just doesn't hit the same. So
yeah, it's okay. And like, it's also okay for like, and I know a lot of people will disagree with me on that stuff. It's totally fine. It's going to be okay. But
we're just having fun.
We can have nuances to our opinions. I don't hate any of these games. I like them a lot. You know, it doesn't have to be black and white like that. Okay. So, but play Bug Fables. If you take nothing else away from this, play Bug Fables, all of you. At least wishlist it. It's so good. It is
Sean?
Excellent.
Me?
Sean,
that's our next game.
Excellent. Yeah.
We do need to sort some of this stuff out, Amanda. You and I really got to get some things figured out, man. Holy cow. How do the rest of you guys do it? Like, they all got, like, you know, plans and you're just doing the thing? I'm like, I don't know what to do.
Lockless says, I hate these games, Seth 2023. We love contrarian Seth. I appreciate that, Brian Eck. Okay, well, let's talk about GameCube. I don't know if you want to dip out, Sean, you're free to.
Stay.
Love you very much. Either way, whatever you want to do, you're free to do whatever you want. But we're talking about GameCube.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I have anything to add. I might just derail you all. So you might just kick me out, actually.
It's completely okay.
But I didn't have a GameCube, so I don't know where you want to take this. So yeah, I'll sit back for a second.
That's okay. All right. Well, let's talk. So Hoppel, if you this is your timestamp moment, Hoppel, so that Hoppel knows.
Thank you, Hoppel
always comes in. Thank you very much, Hoppel.
Are we pinning the comment? By the way, I got to go in and pin it.
We should
actually. Speaking of like pinning it,
yeah.
Like Hoppel does a service for all the viewers of this show.
Yeah.
At the very least we could do is pin this comment. Holy cow! I'm saying it for my own. Like now, I'll do it.
Right now, because it is often that it takes us over an hour to get to the main topic of the show.
Here we are.
So Amanda, it's finally time to talk about the Nintendo GameCube. I know the GameCube is near and dear to your heart, and we have each brought our top 5 favorite games for the GameCube. I would like to open though, just like with your sort of, I guess, general thoughts, like kind of why the GameCube means so much to you and why it's like we talked about this on the show, talking about like the best, you know, eras of Nintendo before, but yeah, what is it about the GameCube, do you think?
I think it's because like I didn't grow up with like an N64. My cousins had it. I didn't grow up with an NES. My cousins had it. I think the GameCube was the first big Nintendo console that we had in my house, and I think it was the one that just felt so, I don't know, it was just like easy to get into. A lot of take very precise notes.
Yes.
I think it was just like there was a low barrier for entry. There's a lot of fun games, a lot of cute games. Right. As a girl, I found a lot of options in the GameCube. Not to say there weren't options anywhere else, but I just found there was a very low barrier for entry. I loved that my brother and I could play together. He was kind of like getting me into all these other games. Granted, he was younger than I am, but it was just like one of those things. My mom brought it home. She's like, here's this. You can play with this. I loved how like mini the discs were. And I just found a lot of games that resonated with me on that console. And like, especially Animal Crossing being one of the top. I was sucked in immediately and I was like, this is it. So I won't jump into my top 5. I say that in air quotes, but I have more than 5, way more than 5. But I just found, as someone who grew up playing with the boys who always wanted to play like all the shooter games and everything like that, there was finally, I felt, a place for me in gaming. Obviously, I had, my Game Boy Color and all that jazz, but the GameCube was where I was like, okay, I can play with everybody. There are games that we can all play that are very cute, very easy to kind of get the handle of. So I loved it.
I love
handle.
that.
And it had the handle on the back. Yeah.
Very good. That's a good call. I love that it had a handle, man. I love that. Put more just like stupid little attachments to the systems. Like and I will say, there was a time when I brought my GameCube over to a friend's house and I kind of enjoyed having that handle. It was actually that thing was so portable. It's just this little cube. It's just this little thing. And it just kind of works. And like you could, have the little discs and everything. And I really like it too. It's not my favorite era of Nintendo, but I do think it's an incredible, library of first party software. I think Nintendo was very like kind of experimental, coming off of the N64 as well, which like a lot of people love the N64, but that was a bit of a hard period for Nintendo because it sold fairly well, but that was where they lost a lot of third party support on the N64 because people were wanting to move to discs and Nintendo was kind of like stuck in their ways, and that's how the PlayStation was literally created because of that era of Nintendo, right? So that's another story for another time, but the GameCube felt like a bit of a response, I guess, to that. And the GameCube was also kind of like the last time that Nintendo really concerned themselves with being competitive on like a power standpoint. Because it was like kind of in the ballpark of the PS2 and Xbox. The Xbox was the most powerful of all 3 of them, but like it was kind of, at least it was competitive in that way to where a lot of third-party titles did come out on all 3. And that's also something we don't really see anymore because Nintendo's now just like comfortable to make the weakest one and move on. It's fine.
I say something has come to mind as you're talking about this, Seth? I kind of wish remasters was more of a thing in the early 2000s, because wouldn't it be great for some of those games that ran like absolute garbage on the 64 to be remastered with that power on the GameCube? I think that would be incredible. There's so many great games. It's like, oh man, if GoldenEye ran on a GameCube, like people would have bought that again. I think that would be really cool, but it just wasn't a thing really back in those days.
Not really. The closest you get to something like that is I'm thinking of like Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes or something like that, which is like basically a different game, but yeah, it wasn't really a thing. That's much more of a modern sort of ideal, I guess. Yeah.
People would have bought Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask all over
1,000%. Yeah, 1,000%.
That'd be incredible.
And they sort of did, because they had that like that collection, or whatever, that master disc, whatever it's called. I'm sure Ryan will come in and tell me what it is.
Yes, he has it. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I forget. It has it. There's a name for it, but it has.
This is where Ryan comes into the chat and goes, well, actually.
Yeah, Majora's Mask, Ocarina, Master Quest, and all that was on there. It was like a pre-order bonus, I think, for pre-ordering Wind Waker.
Just sell it.
Yeah, Ocarina of Time. It was just the Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition, I guess.
It is.
There you go. Yeah. I remember that. I remember what the box looked like and everything. But GameCube is a special system to me too. I enjoyed that era of games quite a lot. I do want to get into our top 5s. We did construct some top 5s and maybe even some honorable mentions, as Amanda has alluded to. So we'll just kind of trade back and forth, I guess. Amanda, do you want to start us off with your number 5? Well, we're working up.
Oh, work our way back. Okay. I don't know if mine are in a specific order.
Okay.
But I'll just kind of go from bottom up. So the bottom of my top 5, quote unquote bottom, I have Harvest Moon Magical Melody, which there was a few different Harvest Moon games on the GameCube, but this is one that was very memorable to me. I loved the art style. I loved the gameplay. It had so many different romance options. It was more like chibi style, which I thought was kind of cool because Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life was very much so more like normal realistic, where this was very chibi and super cute. So that's where I placed that boy. I loved it. It was such a good game. I wish they would have brought that one back versus
I was gonna ask.
Which it was so fun. My brother and I had this conversation because he also bought A Wonderful Life, and he's like, wait, we had this, but this isn't the one I thought it was. I go, no, this is not the one I thought it was either. So maybe someday they'll bring it back, but a classic.
Nice. Yeah, because I knew they had remade that A Wonderful Life, because that's the first one, isn't it? A Wonderful Life, like the first GameCube Harvest Moon. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be cool. Okay. Well, my number 5 is the one and only Metroid Prime. There it is.
And a physical.
There she blows. Physical. Metroid Prime. I love this game. It obviously got remastered earlier this year for the Nintendo Switch. It's an incredible game. I played through it, the remaster as well, and just was totally like floored all over again by that game. Just the atmosphere, the puzzle solving. It's still just a masterclass and all of that stuff. Ryan Turford calling me out a little low at number 5, but thank you for including it. I do love it, and I'm looking forward to playing Prime 2 whenever they eventually get to that, because I feel like I'm way less familiar with Prime 2 than I am Prime 1. So, yeah. That's my number 5. Sean, I'm still waiting on you to play Prime. Still waiting on it. Yeah.
That actually should be next. And you could have made it the next game in the Battle Royale. That was it made about halfway.
It went far. It did go far.
Could have been the one. So it's really your fault.
That's fair. Most things are. It's okay.
I didn't need that.
All right. What do you have at number 4, Amanda?
I had Pokemon Coliseum. And we had the one with the bonus disc. So there was a special gift. I think it was a special Pokemon that had like a little star head that was super cute. But that's what I put as number 5. I loved Pokemon Coliseum, probably one of my favorite Pokemon games. I think it ran really well. I loved all the music in it. I thought the music was great.
Music's good, yeah.
Fave. Jirachi, that's what it is.
Yes. Jirachi, yes, that's it. Is it because you're not talking? They did that, and they did like the Gale of Darkness or whatever. Or was that Pokemon like XD Gale of Darkness or something? Yeah,
I did. When I looked at Pokemon Coliseum to confirm, I did see that other one on there. I was like, that's not it. It's the boy with the white hair and the long blue jacket. Get out of here.
Nice.
So,
I love it. My number 4 is where I put Mario Kart Double Dash. I do not have a physical of this one, unfortunately, but that game's great. That's one of my favorite Mario Kart games. I remember my friends and I spent so much time playing that game. We just the hours would melt away, man. It's how it is with Mario Kart 8 now, but like being able to like actually team up with friends. I wish they would bring it like a Double Dash mode into Mario Kart 8, and then I'll just be very content, with Mario Kart. I'll be okay with that. There was actually a time you could use this, like they created this service, I'm sure it's still around, called Warp Pipe, where they like made these servers. You could play that game online. Like you could trick your GameCube into thinking that you could play it online, and it works. It's like a thing. It's crazy. So, yeah. Great game. Great tracks. Great music. Yeah. Love that game. Bring Double Dash back. That's the one y'all should be remaking. Double Dash? Bring that back. Okay. What you got next, Amanda?
So I had The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker.
Oh.
Which was my absolute I hate when people like get all upset and they're like, oh, the art style sucked. I thought the art style was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So different, so fun. Love that you had a boat. I thought that it was just like cool to be out in the sea. I love the story behind it. I love that like Link and Zelda were like young, and that you're in like this whole totally different town. Again, like another like sort of chibi-esque style, but that was the first Zelda game for me that felt very like, oh, I could play this. I can pick this up versus like something like looking at Tears of the Kingdom that I'm playing now. And I'm like, oh, at first I didn't think I could kind of get into this. So I was like, that's too advanced. This felt like a low barrier to entry. I just absolutely loved it. The music also in that game was so good. I loved how colorful it was. So I wish they would bring it back. I wish they would. I would buy it immediately.
The only problem, as Sean well knows, is that you gotta be able to invert your controls whenever you bring it back. That's the only thing.
That's why I haven't played it. I cannot. I've given it a legitimate try, and I can't do it. Those normal controls.
What is normal anyway?
What is normal?
Love this comment from Tranquilize here in the chat. My first ever introduction to RPGs was on GameCube with Skies of Arcadia. Great game. Definitely not a Nintendo game. Still one of my favorite games of all time. Needs a remake badly. Yeah. Co-signed. Really, really good. My next one is Chibi Robo. A very, very special little game. I love that game because it's about making people happy. That game is just about helping people and making them happy. The collectible, the currency or whatever is love. Is just kindness. You know, it's just about helping people. And I really love that. Like I don't know, like I think more games should I guess have that kind of message. And really, really vibed with it back then. There's an indie game called The Spirit and the Mouse that I like to point people to whenever I bring up Chibi Robo. That's the closest thing I've been able to find to the vibes of Chibi Robo. Like small character in a big world helping people. Very wholesome, very cute. And I love it a lot. So, yeah.
Good game. We also had that.
Ah, it's excellent.
Good game.
Excellent. Okay. What's next, Amanda?
So I'm going to swap the way my top two were. So I'm going to say the OG, but not super OG, because there was a predecessor to it in Japan, Animal Crossing.
Okay. Yep.
So, and I loved the fact, and I think the GameCube did this a lot, where you could take your Game Boy Advance and connect it to your GameCube. And in Animal Crossing, you got access to an additional island,
right?
Though you don't really live in an island, and you could get an additional character, and that's where you got coconuts from, and a few unique different items. So I loved that. It was my first Animal Crossing game. It was the one game my brother and I were totally hooked on. We could live in the same town. I loved how sassy the characters were.
Yes.
My mom was like, maybe you shouldn't play this. I was like, we need this game. I was addicted to that game. So good. We
were chatting in our Nintendo Drive group chat. # make AC mean again. I miss it. I liked it when they were mean. I liked it when they were a little spicy, you know? Now, like, Rossetti's still in New Horizons, but very tame. Very tame. Really give it to me. Yell at me, you know? Like, really hit me with it. You know what I mean?
They had the Lost and Found with Booker, like all these cute, the dump that you could go to, like so many unique aspects. You could get a big old statue of yourself that was gold if you did all the things. So, so good. Such a classic.
Great point.
Yes,
here
all
by
the
Antics.
NES games.
Just had all that just in there. Isn't that crazy, man? Just there. That's sick. Now we I'm not gonna call out Awesome Dave's comment, but you know what? Don't consider that for as long as you'd like, Awesome Dave. MoSpankins comment kind of brings me into my number two. MoSpankins says a lot of Sega games made it onto the GameCube. Monkey Ball, Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, along with Crazy Taxi are all great offerings. My number two is none other than Super Monkey Ball 2. I love this game. I love these kind of like ball rolling, like puzzle games. This is like one of my favorite genres. Y'all heard me talk about Marble Blast Ultra. you know, and Marble It Up Ultra recently on the show. This game sort of was my introduction to all of that, and I adore it still to this day. The level design's perfect, the music is incredible. Yeah, I love me some Monkey Ball. Now, Monkey Ball series did kind of go downhill for a little while after that, but Banana Mania on Switch is great, and kind of is a throwback to the older style of Monkey Ball design. So, yeah, love it.
Right, love it. So good.
Love it. Okay, what do you guys? Is this your last like proper list entry, Amanda? Your number one
for the top 5.
Okay.
I guess we could say. And the one, the only needs to come back, Kirby Air Ride.
Let's go.
Bring it back. My
Sean's favorite.
absolute favorite. Oh.
That's the one.
No. Put those headphones back on. Kirby Air Ride was so good. I never understood the point of the kind of, I'm going to say quote unquote open world. Like you're running around in the town by your own. You can pick up any vehicle you want. You can discover them and you just ride around alone. I never really understood that, but for some reason I always got really excited when I found the vehicle I wanted. The mini games were great. Kirby Air Ride was so good. Come on, Sean. Come on,
so
Sean.
Good. We call that move the Lockleth, says Yon32. It's very true.
Kirby Air Ride will change your life.
But you know what though? Antics makes the point City Trial 99. Like City Trial is so good, y'all. If y'all ever played like the stuff in either Kid Icarus Uprising or even Smash, like where it's like gathering power-ups for like a kind of final like battle like at the end sort of thing. City Trial is so good. I would love, even if they just took that mode and like made it its own thing for NSO, that'd be incredible. So
still waiting on Dr. Mario 99. That's the answer. That's the correct next game.
Yeah. I mean, we have Tetris already, but close enough, you know.
Still want Dr. Mario.
I would like that too. Ryan says, I think I should bring my GameCube to Extra Life so Amanda could teach me the ways of Kirby's Air Ride.
I still have it.
So
we can play it.
That sounds great.
Be amazing.
Yeah, let's do it, guys.
That'd be amazing. Let's get Sean playing Kirby Air Ride on stream.
Let's go.
Let's
make it a fundraising goal, okay?
That's it.
$1.
That. Somebody, Lachlan, Ryan, whoever's watching, make a note of it. We'll do it. Okay. Well, my number one, before we get into like some honorable mentions, Amanda, it was on your list already, but it's Wind Waker. This is one of my favorite Zelda games. Incredible game, incredible story about like sort of the theming of that game, about like the kind of juxtaposition between like the older generation and the newer generation. It really had something to say about that. Like Ganon's motivation in that game like is so like you can relate to him in a way. Like you can kind of understand, like he just wants the world to go back to the way he knew it. And then these kind of like I always look at the Zelda series as like a reflection on what it's like to be a kid. And in Wind Waker, it's like living in this world where like the bad guy of that game wants things to go back to the way it was, and you as a kid are like burdened with purpose against insurmountable odds and saying, no, like this is the new way. Like this is the way forward. And I always really vibed with that. It's a great game. So
fantastic.
Yeah. Brian X says, I was expecting Seth's number one to be Twilight Princess. Nah.
I didn't like
I like that
Princess.
game. I liked it, but it's not my favorite. Okay. Well, let's talk about a couple honorable mentions, because I know you have several. I've got several. Where are you going, Amanda? What do you got?
I've got one that I'm wondering if you've ever heard of it.
Okay.
And I texted my brother to make sure we still have it, but I'll go through the beginning of the list. So I had Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Nice. Of course.
Mario Party
Classic.
4 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
Super Mario Sunshine, which I know is kind of controversial.
Yep.
And Sonic Adventure 2, specifically for the Chow Garden, because you could give the Chows the animals and they would transform. It was adorable. And let me know if you've heard of this one, Ribbit King.
Yes.
Which was a Frolf. Yes.
Let's go.
Oh my god, it was so good.
Yeah.
It was golfing with frogs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Frolf was so weird.
It's what it sounds like. You get these frogs, you punt them, and they can like latch onto little flies and stuff in the air. It's frog golf. It's frolf. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. My brother reminded me about the day we went to Toys R Us and we randomly picked up that game back when Toys R Us was around and had a whole gaming section. And he just grabbed it because he was like, I don't know. And it ended up being one of our absolute favorite games on the GameCube.
So cozy. Yeah, that's a very cozy game. I like that game a lot. Good call outs. Yeah, I was not expecting what I loved about not only just your top 5, but even the honorable mentions. Like there's some weird ones in there, Amanda. There's a couple little, I like that. Some deep cuts. You know, a lot of people are just like, yeah, Mario and Zelda, but you're pulling out the frolf, and I appreciate that quite a lot. Yeah.
And if you didn't play in the Chow Garden in Sonic Adventures 2, you were doing it wrong.
Yeah,
honestly.
And Sonic Adventure 2 Battle also has the Knuckles rap, which is like the greatest thing that's ever happened in Sonic. So it's very good. Okay, real quick, I'll mention a couple of mine. Star Fox Adventure, I know it's a hot take. People hate that game. I love that game. I've always loved that game. That's basically like a weird low rent Zelda game with a Star Fox skin on it, but I don't know. I still really liked it. Brian Eck just brought up Eternal Darkness, which would have been like my number 6. Incredible game. And that game came out like right around the time I was like being like a teenage edgelord and getting into like Lovecraft and stuff. So it hit me at like just the right time. Love that game. And also I wanted to shout out the Baten Kaidos games, which just recently got remastered for Switch. I actually haven't heard if that was like a busted port or not. So hopefully that port was good. But yeah, FZero GX is another one. MoSpankins brings up Mario Golf in the chat. Toadstool Tour is incredible. That's on the shelf behind me as well. Yeah. Some really, really good stuff. Eternal Darkness, by the way, fun fact, Phil Spencer's favorite Nintendo game.
Nice.
Uncle Phil, yeah. So it's my ultimate. Phil Spencer's my white whale for this podcast that I sporadically do called Keep Nintendo Weird. If I could get Phil Spencer on that show to talk about Eternal Darkness, that's my white whale. I want that very badly. Okay. I think that's unless we had any sort of closing thoughts, I think that's a show. Is that a show? Do we do it?
I don't know.
Did we do it? Do we do it? Sean, did we do it?
Sean looks uncertain.
Seems like we did it. Feels
Sean
like.
stuck
What are your
around.
thoughts on the GameCube, Sean? Give us.
I feel like I missed so much. Like it is a huge gap for me. If it was me participating, it would be like I would find a way to include all the games that ended up on the Wii and be like, yeah, I meant the GameCube, like Resident Evil 4 and Twilight Princess and all these things. Like that's not what you're talking about. Like that was much better. You guys
Talking
did
about
that.
Frolf.
Talking about Frolf. Talking about Bugsnax.
What a song. What a game.
What a game. Nope. I enjoyed this very much. Thanks for letting me crash your party a little bit.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Great. Well, thank you guys so much. It's funny. I was planning this entire time of making these games that I've just shown my physical. So I've already shown y'all my physical. Amanda had a physical too. So I guess I've already like showed my hand early. You know what? I'll show y'all another physical real quick because I got this recently. Just really quickly, this little Kirby Dream Buffet keychain. I don't know why I got this, but I have it. So there you go. There's a little
that's
physical.
Cute.
Yeah, a little Kirby
My
for Sean.
brother, Box Lunch has little Kirby like mystery boxes, and they have the Carby where he's like eating the mouthful mode on the car. So cute.
Let's go. Very good. Very good. Okay. Well, Amanda, where can people follow you on the internet, my friend?
You can follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Miles_of_Amanda. I'm also pretty active on Twitter, just at Miles of Amanda, and on Instagram, Miles_of_Amanda.
I love
That's it. Mm-hmm.
I love it. What about you, Sean?
You can bust out that old Nintendo Switch and go to the part where you add a friend and you can type in Nintendo Switch ID SW6879023666588 or on twitter.com/Sean Capri. Sean like Connery, Capri like the pants. And please, I can't tell you guys how many hours I have spent. You're never going to see it. it's never going to look this way. That it is obvious that I put so many hours into my Forza Motorsport review. It has taken me way too long for what it is.
I can vouch.
Many hours have been put into this thing. Many other videos are better. I'll tell you that much. I'm not trying to make it sound like it's good, but I put a bunch of hours into it. I'm very passionate about the game, so please check out that. It's going to be on our YouTube channel in a matter of hours at this stage. So would love. I know it's not a Nintendo game, but I try to break it down in a way that is it kind of doesn't matter if you've been into a Forza game before. So check it out. I would really appreciate it. Leave a comment, like, share, subscribe, all the things. And we got lots of stuff going on this week. YouTube.com/Carpool Gaming and Twitch.tv/Carpool Gaming Live. Going to be streaming the game starting tomorrow, as many evenings as I possibly can. So do that, please.
Yes,
please.
Yes, do that. And by the way, I've seen the review, Sean. You did an excellent job, and I'm excited for people to see it. So and there's a bunch of people in the chat who are excited for your review. Brian X says can't wait for the review. Jarden says looking forward to the review. A lot of people are excited to hear your thoughts. So
I hope I don't let you down.
Oh, you crushed it, dude. Well, as for me, $2 Hero on Twitter, X, whatever. My friend code is SW4112-80613454. Look for the King DDD. That's how you know it's me. Look for the King DDD, and that's me. So yeah, DDD. So yeah, bump the like button as everybody says. I Drewby Dragnew here in the chat. Keen. I'm keen.
Commander Keen.
I'm Commander Keen. Yeah, bump the like button. Let us know in the comments below what your top 5 GameCube games are. Would love to hear from y'all. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.
Spider Wonder, get your stuff.
Spider Wonder,
review.
Get your
Do
stuff.
the review. Yes.
Do the review. Carpoolgaming.com. Get your merch. We'll see you on the other side.
End.
Bye, everybody. The end.
Bye.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of the new Nintendo Drive. Now, before you drive off, be sure to like the stream and subscribe here on YouTube and follow us at Carpool Gaming on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. If you liked what you saw and want more, be sure to support us on Patreon at patreon.com/Carpool Gaming.
Beak.